Spaces, 8:05 Eastern on Sunday. Hope everyone's doing okay. Hope everyone had a good weekend. There's George. Approve him. Make him co-host. Where did he go? There it is. So weird. How you doing, buddy?
Tremendous. Well, that's a lie.
I hear you. I'm trying to be a good man. I'm with you now. I saw, you saw what you posted about the Bills losing, and the Cardinals got their ass kicked, and then Tottenham played on Saturday, and we're losing at halftime, came back to take the lead right at the end, and then blew it and drew the game. Damn it. So,
part of the fun of sports.
Right, yeah. Now, I will say now I'm a little bit better than I'm a lot better than I used to be, where like my weekends used to be like completely ruined. I'd be so mad. Like,
are you on your regular mic, dude?
Yeah. Why, what's up?
It's not like you're echoing. It's weird.
Oh, that's weird. I have no idea. No, I'm on my regular mic. I've got a different cord because the other one broke, but it's the same auxiliary cord.
It sounds like me when I'm on my camera mic.
Let me make sure. No, it says I'm on the mic. I don't know.
So
anybody else is having it here? If I sound weird to anybody else, let me know. Like, let me pull up the fucking chat. That's weird. Oh, because it sounds fine to me, but you know.
So behind the scenes, folks, in case anyone cares, the special guest will be here in a few minutes, dealing with the major storm, power outage at his house. Stuff's going on, so we're working here. We're working.
Right, I was gonna say, there's a major storm, so you got to do what you can work with. I didn't realize there was, but I know he lives somewhere on the East Coast.
Yeah, I know where, but I'm not saying.
Yeah, no, exactly. I've heard references that he's made, and certain acts have been. I've got family. I've got a large enough family that I got places that I got most areas and accents kind of covered, at least in the general idea. And then again, I was a nationwide recruiter for years, so I would talk to people all across the country. But we can, while we're waiting, we can get into just whatever BS we want to. At least I want to mention again, we are on all podcast and audio platforms, so please go subscribe, give us a 5-star rating. If you can't watch the videos on YouTube, listen to them there. I know not everybody can always get to YouTube as easy, especially if you're trying to put it on in the car or like while running.
Yep.
Nope. It took me a while, but I got the entire catalog up.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
A minor one, but I was going to tell you this tomorrow. Doing one segment, a YouTube exclusive, like maybe the classic match of the week, just make that only available on YouTube.
We could. I don't know. I know
there's got to be something where people have to come to the channel for.
It's still okay. So Mike says that Mike is saying I'm in the cave.
Yeah, you are. You're not.
What the hell? I wasn't
kidding.
Know. No, I know.
I know. I'm
just for yours.
I had to deal with this shit too, so I understand completely.
Yeah, no, but I don't have another microphone. It says I'm on my regular mic.
You sound like you're inside of a garbage can. Like I did.
Well, all right. Well, give me a second. I'll try to figure it out.
It doesn't matter.
No, it does because it's going to sound shitty.
Yeah, but if you're going to
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just like
troubleshooting on the fly sucks.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm talking. So yeah, just kind of give me a little BS while you can. No, I'm literally I'm into going. I'm on my settings, just hanging.
So I gotta be honest. When I woke up this morning, I was watching the first game of the day from wherever the hell it was, Spain or Berlin or wherever. I'm like, okay, gets me in the mood for some Bills game. And then the Bills started playing, and I was like, you know what, this game's gonna suck, and it certainly did. It was terrible. And exactly like me and RJ were talking at the beginning of our Spaces, one of our first ever episodes with RJ. The first, half hour of that show was all football talk. And we both said, man, New England's going to be good this year because their strength of schedule was very easy. And they had a good draft and everything. Sure enough, they're ahead of Buffalo by 2 games up in the East. So I don't even know if we're going to I don't know what's going to happen. I'm less optimistic today than I've ever been.
I haven't paid much attention because the Cardinals have been terrible for a while. Do I still feel like I'm in a cave?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
God damn it. I have no idea why that would work. Because I'm literally on the same stuff I've always been. I'm going to try one more thing. So I'm going to unhook for a second. Give me a second.
Yeah. So we're, Awful told me to look out because the storms could be coming. I'm in Arkansas. So there are no storms coming. It's just cold. And cold, for me, I'm from Buffalo. So cold in Arkansas is different. It's kind of a humid cold. So if you go, it's so weird here. I have not gotten used to it. I've been here for 10 years. It's still strange to me.
I'm from the desert where like it's stupidly.
Buffalo cold is different, dude. Buffalo cold is like I used to go out during storms with shorts, a short sleeve shirt, and my Carhartt over my top. Now I'm like, wow, it goes at 5 degrees outside. It's fucking 32.
Well, I feel like also too, as I get older, I'm much more susceptible to like cold or heat. Do I still sound like I'm in a cave?
Yeah.
God damn it. I'm going to try to figure it. I think it must be the cord that I'm using, which was the other cord that came with the microphone because the other one broke. It's got to be the cord. I don't have any other because I'm on the microphone. Like, the only other thing I could do, because here's the only other thing I could do is this, which would be worse, I feel like, would be.
Sorry, I'm getting a message from Mr.
No, you're good. Take your time. No, this is actually working out with if Awful's having his issues. I just don't understand why my thing would be that way. Because then, the only other option is for me to use the fucking microphone. What the hell? I think it's just my settings are being stupid because it says that I'm on.
Awful's
my
asking
microphone.
for a link. Awful asked me for a link. I go, dude, this is
a link.
This is Spaces. This is not StreamYard.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's funny. I just approved him, so good. Maybe he can talk and I can figure out my friggin' technology. I'm so pissed.
Welcome everyone to Sunday Night Spaces. I am your guest, Awful Wrestling.
Are you like the weatherman out in the conditions? We're gonna report and then get blown away.
I'm Trent Mayback.
Do you remember when Family Guy first started and they had the
Ollie Williams?
Ollie with the Blackie weather forecast,
Yep.
and they switched it because they couldn't call it that anymore, I don't think.
It's gonna rain! It's gonna rain!
It's cold! What's going on, gentlemen? Hey, listen, I was listening to your last show, I believe, when you guys were pretty much doing an NFL review show.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I'm always impressed with podcasters who can go various routes, other ways and sports and things like that.
Yeah. Being a Buffalo product, I grew up mainly a hockey fan because I played hockey since I was 4.
Wow.
I learned to skate and walk around the same time. Really, that's true.
I believe it.
Yeah, I always loved that. And football just came naturally. And Bills always sucked, even with O.J. Simpson and stuff back then. We still sucked. We were terrible. Terrible.
Can I give some shout outs?
Please.
To Mike Glass, Regina Sharp, AEW Neckbeards, Brad Becker, a few other people, Callum. Yeah, everyone in the chat. Yes, exactly. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you all for tuning in tonight. Appreciate it. I know Awful's going through a storm of some description.
I don't know if you guys can hear the rain right now, but it's so funny because like right now the power went out in the house and I still have my man shed. So I had to skirt out the house we'll be doing a podcast in about 10 minutes. You're what? Yeah, you know how that goes.
Good timing.
Yeah, I'd be the only voice in the house right now. So I had to roll out to the man shed.
Nice. How long does your power usually stay out for when it goes out?
Oh my God. See, George, you saw where my location is. You don't have to say anything, but I'm out in the sticks. Okay. The super sticks, like the boondocks, and, not a lot of things get done very quickly around here. So I don't know if it, maybe a generator might have blown on one of the, poles out there, but it's dark. It's dark right now. But the good thing is we can still keep our doors open and unlocked. That's the coolest part.
Yeah. Back to childhood days.
Yeah. No danger here.
Haven't seen that in a while. How'd the show go last night with you and Dis?
Oh man, we had a good time. one of the problems is I've always got mic issues. And, I guess that's now a thing. I don't know if I've got mic issues tonight.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, yeah. It's usually a thing whenever I go live on Toonie Talk Wrestling or on, our show This Is Awful every Thursday night at 11. This is trying to really push it for Saturday, but we're gonna tug a war on that one. But as far as the show last night, we had a goddamn good time. We had a blast.
Yeah, I tune in when I can. I go to, I'm a year younger than you are, but I still go to bed at relatively early time, like 10 o'clock my time.
Okay.
So I listen to you guys.
You're 72.
Apparently.
Old man George.
Yeah.
Get there early for the Denny's breakfast and, and come back for the Denny's lunch.
Exactly.
So you guys got
But yeah.
Okay, go. I'm sorry.
No. It's all good. We, did a watch along of the Great American Bash of 1988 where Jimmy Garvin had brought his brand new VHS camcorder backstage and all the wrestlers were animals in that video. How it got out is still beyond me. We were just talking about that last night as well. Like, how did this even make it to YouTube? Yeah. Holy shit.
Somebody found
Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go get a new cord. I think I can figure out this mic situation.
You guys got
I don't know. You sound pretty good to me.
You guys got a rare treat yesterday. You guys got
everybody else says I sound like I'm in a cave awful, so I'm trying not to be like a
Okay, gotcha.
So, I don't know.
So you sound like me.
Am I still in a cave, George?
Yes.
All right, cool. I got one fix. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Perfectionist, everybody. These people want to make sure that their mics, their JBL mics, are working spectacularly.
JBL, but close. You guys got a rare treat yesterday before Collision went on. Tony Khan decided to do a live. Yeah.
And boy, did he ever do a live.
Yes.
I was telling this, it was from the Addams Family compound, it looked like, with that wallpaper in the background. Like, I don't know what's up with him. He dresses up like a communist, by the way. Hate to say it.
We usually get him on the Wednesday, and we're able to review it on Thursday, and it's always classically good. But it's only like 3 to 5 minutes. You guys got the bonus 13 yesterday, I think. 13 minutes?
And a special guest was also on there with Kyle Fletcher. You don't get no worse than that.
That's where I kind of missed your reactions to it. How do you react to that?
You kind of just have to sit back and listen and just laugh along because there's, with Tony Khan, there's so much material. Your brain is just spinning with ideas on what to say. What's the next thing that is, but then he goes along and just says something funny right off the bat. Like he's got animatronic movements and, it's a fun thing to watch his body language. You can really get a good assessment on how Tony Khan is outside of professional wrestling. Like he is a complete anti-social, incelibate person.
Yeah, it's weird. Now he's going with the 1 cup thing. I noticed. He's got the 1 cup.
Yeah,
in his hand.
the 1 cup with air in it.
Yeah,
he never has anything in it.
I'm like, just take a. I've seen it now for the past 3 weeks. It's just the one. He rotates hands though. Sometimes it's left, sometimes it's right. So he's changing.
I wish his assistant would just cut up little tiny pieces of paper and put it in the cup. So when he does take a sip, it all just falls out as little shards of paper. I mean, you got to do things like that.
Or putting glass, real glass. Never mind.
Oh boy, George going dark here.
Oh,
okay, all right. So what's on the menu, boys? What are we talking about tonight?
I don't know. I figured we just talk about the current state of what we're seeing, and maybe both companies, because WWE isn't exactly lighting things up either. I tried to watch SmackDown. I think I made it an hour into it, maybe. Then I came back this morning and watched the rest of it.
What'd you think?
I don't know.
I didn't watch any of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if you're there for the beginning and you're there for the end, you've seen it all. At this point, the way they're doing things, like the beginning 15 minutes, 20 minutes are important.
Right.
And then in between, it's kind of like, do what you got to do. And then at the end, it got to come back and watch.
Interesting.
It's just weird to me.
But you know what, George? It's a funny thing. And it's something that always kind of needs to be mentioned is that the product for the product of WWE right now is just not suited for older gentlemen like us. It just really isn't. And it's one of the things that we just have to come to grips with if we haven't already. I mean, it's for a younger audience, and what they're finding out is, I think they're finding out that the younger audience isn't the older generations that will sit by and watch television. They will piecemeal this show, all throughout the weekend if they have to. If they've got other things in mind, SmackDown is not on the top of their list. Dynamite is not really on the top of their list. They've got a million other things to do. They may have a Twitch stream to play around with, maybe a video game or two, make a few crusty socks, but they're definitely not making appointment television like they used to, like, I gotta watch SmackDown tonight, or I gotta watch Dynamite tonight. So, it's a streaming service world. Maybe everybody's getting their feet wet with this whole new, way of doing things. And even though it is like 5-6 years old streaming, I should say it's probably older than that, but you know what I mean? Like, it really blew up in the last half decade, and, it's still uncharted territory as to how they're going to manage the audience and move the audience from one platform to another without losing so many people.
Yeah. I don't think they care about linear TV. No, broadcast TV. Basically.
Legacy.
Yeah.
It's just linear TV. Either way, it's broadcast or cable. Either way, it's crap. And nobody cares about it anymore.
Yeah.
I've noticed
we still kind of care about it because, we saw the Andy Griffith show on it.
Yeah, no,
like
we
that.
do. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not in my 70s like some, but I'm in my 40s, so I get it.
Same.
I grew up on it. Yeah.
Just a strange turn to me. Just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's odd.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Sorry,
I know,
I'm really still in a cave. No, there's no fix. I tried the
Don't
two
worry
fixes
about it.
I had. Yeah, no, it is what it is. No, that's
John.
Classic though. I get us on podcast platforms and audio platforms and I sound like shit. Great. I tried. Right?
You're just like me.
Yeah, like for some reason, like my laptop says that I'm connected through my microphone, but then when I go into the settings, it's like, no, you're using the computer speaker or microphone. I'm like, cute. Yeah, that's nice. So I'm just gonna like lean into my computer like a jackass.
There you go.
But yeah, no, I'm back. I came in towards the end of it. I didn't want to like just jump right in the middle of nothing, but yeah, linear TV, no one watches that anymore at all, really. Like even some people that do, like how many people do like legally, like how many people have like the different technologies and stuff. I saw some kind of article that Amazon was clamping down on people with like illegal services for their television.
Yeah.
Those get-up boxes are big right now, I heard.
Thank you. I was just about to say there was some sort of, I couldn't remember what it's called because it made me think of like back in the day when there was like the pay-per-view black boxes that people had or that, some people may have grown up with and that's how they watch pay-per-views because they were poor. I don't know. I'm not speaking of anybody that I know specifically, just that definitely happened.
Shit all over me, didn't you?
Yeah,
I was just trying not to shit all over my parents. I guess maybe we're probably past the statute of limitations on those.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Like, yeah. I mean, I feel like most people did, like at least knew somebody who had one of those or had a connection. Like, yeah, those were, that's how you had to watch it back in the day, man.
But as far as SmackDown and Dynamite and how their numbers are getting lower.
Yeah.
Wrestling, I saw a tweet the other day. It was just like wrestling was never in a boom. And I tend to agree. Wrestling was not in a boom. The WWE was in a boom. And they weren't even really in a boom. And it was one of those booms where you hope that the rising tide lifts all sails, but It just didn't happen.
No, it didn't.
It was almost like a wrestling bubble, actually.
Yeah.
It's weird to me.
We're all thinking about it.
Yeah. I was kind of trying to think in my head. With the new system the way it is, they've expanded the pool hugely. Because now it's like I was telling Jake, instead of having like 10 people with Nielsen, now they have like 15 million people with Nielsen. And you're gonna have wrestling is not that popular outside of a certain area. It's weird. Hard to describe that. I can't do it proper justice.
Well, as I said last night on our show, we have to wait till Royal Rumble time. We still have 2 months to go.
Right.
They still can, whet people's appetite with believe, God damn it, I can't remember, the cage match coming up soon. Yeah, Survivor Series and War Games.
Right.
And, so that'll keep the cogs moving further along. And of course the John Cena tournament, to see who will face John Cena.
Did you like that idea, Awful?
Nah, I'm not a big fan of it.
Okay,
I just think it's almost like one more hurdle before we get to see John Cena's retirement match. It's like, it's almost unneeded.
Right.
I think it would have been better served had you just told us who it was.
And you can build a story for 2 months.
Yeah. Kind of like with Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair. Like, we all knew Ric Flair's last moment shot to shine in the sun. But I mean, remember that time when he brought out the NWA championship and, started smacking the hell out of Shawn Michaels? I mean, that was great television at the time.
Yeah. Yep. And I mean, the thing was too, it's one of those things with wrestling, especially with WWE, as long as their ticket sales are still doing well and like there's still the general buzz that there is for them, like the TV numbers, like I was talking to George, how many people are watching them either on a DVR or through YouTube? Like for instance,
right.
I had some issue, the feed that I was watching in Phoenix on USA, like 15 minutes into SmackDown went to the show 911 for like 20 minutes. Like somebody in the feed,
wow.
Like I think somebody might have been, hanging out or partying too hard and hit the wrong button. So I had to catch up on some of it through YouTube. But honestly, cause I just gave up watching and I heard it came back about a half hour later. I caught up through YouTube and really when I read the review, like I caught everything I needed to. So it's like, and they're like the number, is it 11 or 12 that they are in the world of YouTube channels? So I feel like they're still doing good on those levels.
Yeah, that's what we talked about when you were out there for a while. We talked about you can catch the beginning and catch the end and you're pretty much good.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, and they sum up the stuff that well. And honestly, you can tell that they sum up, if there's mistakes, they cut those out. So like the summation of like what was it, Ray Phoenix and Tala Tonga match looked much better than it probably actually was.
Right.
Which is smart. WWE's always had great editing teams. That's always been one of their best traits.
Right. And it could be one of those things. This is just a theory. It could be one of those things where it's just like Triple H has that live to tape mentality. Right. Like we'll fix it in post. You know what I mean? Like we'll clean it up after the show. But if you're watching it live, it's, Triple H is a terrible booker. He should be replaced and all the other nonsense. Who knows?
That was, somebody said that. It was, Ridley Scott. Somebody said that about him as his cinematographer said that about him. That he was like, we'll fix it in CG. We'll fix it in post because he got older and didn't care. No, it makes sense though, because when you have that option, like, fuck it. It's not,
really.
It's laziness though, but it's also like, there's so much going on, you kind of get it, but you nailed it though with WWE. Once the Cena thing finishes off, then you got the holidays and then you're going right into Royal Rumble season. So, yeah.
Right. And here's the other thing. I noticed that a lot of people were talking about the lower ticket sales. And again, I hate to be a, defender of a multinational billion-dollar company, but I was looking at a picture of, Stephanie Vacker, and she had, the women's championship belt, I believe. And she also had like the New York Rangers championship belt. And I was like, oh my God, they are still selling those things.
Oh yeah.
Like, there are so many revenue streams that this company has. Like, they could stand to lose a couple thousand people in Greensboro, North Carolina for a show or whatever. But they'll make that back up maybe in, obviously in merchandise and so many other ways of getting money. I mean, sure, their audience might be low for a time, but I'm sure it'll grow. We'd hope the same thing would happen with AEW, but that's a different story. But yeah, WWE's not hurting for anything anytime soon.
Right. And if they are, just put up another Saudi show up. You'll be fine. Like,
really.
And they've got they have Royal Rumbles in Saudi this year. I feel like everybody's focused on WrestleMania not the next one, but the next one being in Saudi. But it's like, the Royal Rumble's gonna be there in January, or is it the February? We're not that far away, is my point. And that's going to be a huge page. I can't imagine the paycheck they're getting for that one. Like that's going to be, right? Like when you really,
did anybody report the number?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. Not that I've seen, not that I follow enough of those or get blocked by some of those people. Cause yeah. I caught up on your guys' show today because I was at a wedding last night when you guys, we're going live. I'm like, oh really? I can't. You guys did. It was fun. I heard you put, cause you both now are in the Dave Block Club. I'm with Dis where he blocked me really early in the game. Like,
wow.
I forget what it was. It was one of the things where it's just a blatant defensive meeting. It was like 2021, I think, or maybe early 22. I forget when it was, but
still not blocked by Dave. Still not blocked.
Wow.
I sneak in, I sneak out. I'm quick like I don't.
Yeah, no, I was, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I was probably a jerk about it because, it's Dave.
I wonder what his criteria for blocking
Anything
is.
that goes against what he says.
Well, it depends on, he won't block people of certain stature. Like, you know what I mean? Like he hasn't blocked, right. Cause obviously everything like LaPiccolo says goes against what Dave says, but Dave can't block him or won't block him
at all.
Or, who's the other one? Raj. Raj is the other one that goes at it with him. And,
Yeah, Raj
Giri. Yeah, and Raj always, Raj Giri's amazing.
Same thing
that
with,
guy.
the referee. Oh, God damn it.
Oh, Corderas?
Yeah.
Jimmy Corderas, yeah.
They have good back and forth, and they're actually pretty good to read.
Yeah, no, they're funny. It's just, but like any of us, the rest of us plebs, if you don't have, if he hasn't heard of you or isn't like, told not to by certain people, most likely, I would think. I feel like there's a mandate from, not his boss, cause I don't think Tony pays him. I just think he knows his entire subscriber base is based on AEW being a thing. Without AEW, he knows his subscriber count. It can't be that much anymore. I feel like it's probably 200,000 of those sickos is what he's getting at this point. Maybe.
Awful.
Probably.
Did you guys like the, Dave Meltzer, Tony Khan phone call exchange there? Did you see that? You saw that, right?
You know what? It's so amazing. First and foremost, Dave really shows his age. Like, how do you first know that it was? And secondly,
seriously,
I've never had a phone that announces the person's name. So that whole thing was new to me. I'm like, what the hell? I mean, what's the purpose of that? Can't you just pick your phone up and look at, and see the name on there?
My phone offers all that stuff. No.
Yeah, I'm just curious as to what Tony Khan was going to talk to Dave about. That's the question of the hour.
Because he knows he's doing a live show.
Like, hey, Dave, I'm watching live.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm watching live. I just subscribed 50,000 more subsubscribers to your newsletter. That's how I believe he gets paid, by the way.
Okay.
I believe he gets paid. Like, I think he
Right? Okay, I like that.
He's got a way of paying Dave through subscription. Like, I'll buy 10,000 extra fucking, subscriptions for your newsletter or whatever.
Sense,
right. The bot subscriptions. That I actually could buy. That's a new one.
I just gave up my whole tape. We were going to have a debate about that next week on This Is Awful, that's my biggest piece of evidence. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's, cause that's it. Cause it's those subscribers. He needs that. Otherwise, that's why he gives you those 50% off deals all the time and hopes people will forget.
Right.
Yeah, no.
We'll be seeing those shortly. It's holiday time.
Yep.
He's kind of getting lapped, at least in followers or subscriptions, by Sean Ross Sapp, isn't he?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So Sean Ross Sapp is like this generation's Dave Meltzer.
At least he does the work. Whether you like the guy or not, at least he's working for it.
Okay, but we could say the same thing about Dave back then.
Yes, we could.
Dave
I was a subscriber to the Observer for years.
And then something happens.
Exactly.
I don't know what that thing is. It could be a new promotion brought on by a billionaire that changes somebody's way of thinking. I don't know.
So because no one's going to at this point, but he's hopeful. He really wants him to.
Oh yeah.
Awful. What did you
Definitely
think about the announcement on the Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal for this new title they created out of nowhere?
The National Championship? Are we talking about?
The one they just The one we got the 15-minute video on the day before, not
the national championship.
National championship.
Oh, yeah, that Billy Corgan's pissed about.
And he has every right to be pissed. And so does Mike Mondo. And it's as I said last night. It's real simple. I don't think AEW was expecting this type of buzz to come out of it, especially from the NWA. This likes to think that Tony Khan is like bullying these smaller promotions.
Yes, he is.
I believe he's totally ignoring it. He's not bullying them at anything. He thinks they don't exist. So in his head, he creates the national championship, and he's kind of stunned at the turnout that, or the backlash, because we know how he is about any sort of criticism, any sort of backlash. He was surprised about the backlash. He's got to really carry it on through. I mean, it's an idea that he thinks that, he can just take the lineage of the national championship. Like, first off, I think that's a goofy name for a championship anyway, the national championship. I kind of joked about it last night. I was like, yeah, Connecticut won it a few times. Iowa and wrestling, they won it a bunch of times. Like, it has the whole flair of like
the football championship,
scholastic athletics, like
NCAA
national championship.
Yeah,
like it's
terrible.
It doesn't have the nice. Yeah, it doesn't feel prestigious. How about that?
And the thing is, that made a lot of sense and worked very well back in it's got a heritage to like the 70s, 80s or whatever, there was the varsity club. Like, that made sense. It worked. It was people's gimmick that actually made
regional.
Sense. Right. Yeah, and it made sense. Yeah, but not when you have, how many belts are on that show? I lose count. I get cross-eyed on trying to figure out exactly how many people can compete for how many belts on that fucking show.
It's terrible. How about this, Tony? I got an idea. It just came to the top of my head. How about you have a champion for every fucking state in the union? The wrestling champion. The Mississippi champion goes to, I don't know, whoever's from Mississippi in AEW. I don't know, but he's got titles. He's got a catering championship.
They're out there. I'm sure looking up with more ideas, dude.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Every time you think he's done, he comes up with something new, and
it's worse than the last time.
It really is.
Hard to believe.
Yeah, no, that's why when I first saw the report online about it, I'm like, that's not real. He wouldn't be that stupid. No, he would. My bad. I don't know why I said it.
Keep in mind, in kayfabe, we're supposed to believe that the first two, now there's 20 guys entered into this thing, so we're supposed to believe that this thing could end at any time by their rules. That's the way they set it up. These first two guys can pin one another, and one guy can pin, and it's over. Those 20 guys aren't coming out. That's what we're supposed to believe.
Yeah, you're right.
That's if we're to believe the rules of the game. Watch it switch up the night of, during match. Excalibur's going to give you a little, summary of what just
a little, or he's going to yell at us.
Really.
So I figured out the technical issue. It's something with my the internet browser I'm using. Like, it's forcing it to go my mic through with my laptop.
Netscape.
Netscape. I think it's Chrome. God damn it! At least I'm not. At least you could have said Explorer. I mean, I'm not that old. Although I do remember Netscape Navigator. Shout out. That was murdered by the most incompetent internet browser ever. Was murdered because they put Internet Explorer on all Windows and killed it, and which is terrible because Internet Explorer was awful. But it's telling me that the recording will be through the mic, so I'm literally like, I think we should be good at least for the audio online. But yeah, no, I don't. I really hope Billy Corgan does to him. I know he doesn't need the money at all, but it would be good publicity. Maybe they could have some sort of maybe there could be some cross promotional stuff, and Tony has to put NWA guys over because otherwise the court will give him he'll get sued for it. I don't know.
Yeah. It'll benefit NWA. It'll give them some sort of light of day.
All publicity is good publicity, right? Like, it would give them that. That's for goddamn sure.
Let me tell you something. They did a very good job in, making themselves known, waving their arms online, about the national championship in the last couple of days. Ever since Tony, brought it up as a topic to discuss. I mean,
ever since he went live and
ever since he went live.
Yeah, Brian Idol made all the noise. Brian Idol came up. So good for him.
Yeah. Shout out to our YouTube channel. I clipped, us watching those two lives, George. Thanks. Awful commented on it. I knew you would appreciate it if anybody. Just two goofs laughing at two other goofs. The two live Tonys, man. Tone. Oh my God. I feel like that's gonna hold up in court. Like, they were clearly trying to invoke the national championship of the NWA. That's why they had Shivani talking about its heritage. And then, oh wait, no, it's not.
And tried to justify it by saying, like, we're on the network.
We were on TV.
that had it featured.
Like, Turner made any difference. Yeah, especially then too, cause that was still, Jim Crockett. Yeah, no, that was still like the NWA, like Jim Crockett before it was, before Turner bought it and made it WCW. Yeah.
Not to mention they did the same thing with Shockwave. You know what I mean? Like,
I forgot about
he's
that.
completely ignoring these guys like they don't exist to Tony Khan. That's how he's going to treat them.
That's a little more complex, that Shockwave thing, because Shockwave was something that NWA has trademarked. Don't quote me on any of this, but I think they have Shockwave trademarked for something. And AEW was just presenting Shockwave out there. They never really used it though. That's kind of a weird. That's a weird.
Don't tell that to Swerve. He was convinced.
But it never got off the ground. It never moved.
No, it didn't. No, and that's why that was such a stupid look by his part to make that comment. Until it was, I forget what football team that he told that to, but yeah, they were going to be on Fox with that and with Shockwave. Oh my God. Yeah, no, because there's that crack legal team of AEW again, as always, being right on point, guys. Yeah, class acts those guys are. Like,
I'm starting to believe those commercials that they were trying to do, like the AEW that was trying to do, like for like the ESPN Sports Center. I believe that they actually work there now. I'm starting to believe that Will Hobbs books arenas and Orange Cassidy, he does merchandising. Who knows what the hell is going on over there?
Yeah,
hey, I would from the pictures that I've seen of their merch stands, and the one time I went to one of their shows, which was like whatever their last actual million was in like February 22, that was here in Phoenix. And so I went to that. That was, and I went to that because it was a mile from my house, and I was like, sure. They had literally one stand for one merch stand in the entire arena, and it was terrible. I've gone to,
oh my God.
I went to multiple WWE shows since, but I went to 2 this year in January and in June. They had like one major one set up in this like, what's normally a bar area, that they had that just set up for that. And they had like 2 or 3 other ones, and that was just in downstairs, and they had other ones upstairs too. AEW was like, upstairs, downstairs, we got one. Although the upstairs was definitely not open.
Oh God, that was the storage area.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
The broom closet.
Yeah, and that was when, MJF was feuding with Danielson. That was the big feud that it was going into.
Like, they don't even print their price tags. I was just like, that's ridiculous. Now, come on. Print your price tags. If you've got a little fucking, Epson printer or whatever, could you just print it out? Like, don't write it out. There was actually a stand that somebody took a picture of. It had the price tag of $50. I think it was for like a scarf or whatever. But then they had an X over top of it. And then right underneath it, they had like duct taped $40 on it. I'm like, oh my God in heaven. These guys are terrible janky.
Yeah, well, and they hire local people for most things, I think. They don't even have anybody professional doing that. Yeah. And you see like WWE where they've got them signing those like 8x10s where they literally just, all the superstars to do is just sign the signature. Guy pulls out the thing. They sign what, like Cody said, it's like 80 to 150 every single show. And AEW's got like 2 tables worth of crap that nobody wants.
It's amazing.
Stuff that was over 6 months ago, they're still selling it. Like, no, that's not, yeah, it's terrible. And most of it just has the company logo on it.
Yeah, the last wrestling show I went to, it was on the east, west, north, and south side where they had merchandise stands of the arena. Like, it was just like, if you go this particular way, you'll see a merchandise stand for WWE. Like say they just cover the entire ground with their merchandise. So, like I said earlier, they can lose a few tickets. AEW, man, first off, they need a better design team. Their shirts are hideous.
Yeah,
fucking
I can do
hideous.
better on a computer, and I don't even know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah. And stop making so many of them. Stop making ones for each and every one of your stars. They're not that fucking over,
they're all
man.
print to order, or they're all print to, they don't make multiple, because everything's through Pro Wrestle Tees. So, cause I mean, I remember that when you guys were on, when you and Dis were going back and forth and when you shut down their websites, I was bored. I was like on the other screen. It's literally the exact same site, just with different ads, like from the same, like the about section, the contact section. It's the same emails, same shit. So they're not like making 1,000 or 10,000 or whatever Orange Cassidy t-shirts, but you're making like however many people order them. So that means like, what was it, like the Britt Baker t-shirt? Nobody actually bought that. Or or what was like, the, Hobbs, big black and jacked.
Big black and jacked.
Nobody's buying that.
Skinny white kids with Foster Grant glasses fucking wearing those things.
We're at the school, get the shit beat out of you.
Right.
Yeah, really.
Or anywhere no, that's just absolutely in the wrong place. I can't,
Awful. Did you and Dis touch on this Nixon Newell, Miranda Ali's thing leaving Collision last night?
No, not really, but I'd love to know more about it. I
know
a little bit of it.
I'm just looking at it, so I really don't know what happened.
I know what I've heard. I don't know if Awful,
so what I heard, Nixon Newell explains why they left. Go ahead, Jake. I don't really have
Okay, no, so what was reported was so there was a couple of different reports, I happened to see kind of parts of it in real time. Just because I was at a wedding, but it was my wife's friend's wedding, so I knew people and I was engaging people and talking. There was a few different times where I was by myself, so I was going online and fucking with shit. But so what was initially reported was that they did I know that's Tegan Knox, and I don't know who the other girl is, but initially it was reported that they walked out because they didn't want to do a job. But then it got reported that no, they knew it was going to do a job, but they wanted to have more than the allotted 3 minutes and were just told no. And then they walked out because of that. And then somebody else filled in and they were praised for their professionalism, but I don't know.
Yeah, they still left.
Yeah, they walked out with it. So I don't know that's, as far as everything that I saw reported, it was that. But last I saw was the other girl and Tegan Knox had both posted like, we have a story to tell. We're going to tell our side, but I hadn't heard they told their side. So seemed like you were saying Tegan Knox said, and I hadn't heard that part.
No, it's Nixon Newell, formerly Tegan Knox.
That's Tegan Knox.
Miranda Ali's, that's her wife.
Yeah.
Her wife? Yeah, whatever. They're lesbians, so that's.
Oh, God.
Okay.
That's her real lover, or whatever they want to call it.
I didn't.
Okay,
I didn't know that.
Together, let's go with that. If I'm wrong, please correct me.
Okay, well, so essentially they walk out. No big deal.
Okay.
I mean, if they were going to lose twice, they were going to lose 3 times and 4 times. And then what are you going to, they may know the pattern of Tony Khan. If I'm them, I do the same thing.
Yeah, there's not.
I walk out.
Yeah, no, I mean, especially
if I'm not contracted.
And God. And was it literally probably 3 minutes, like from entrances out, or they weren't even going to get it? And it's on Collision that nobody's going to see. And I don't know. Right. And oh God, right. And any collisions have they done a good, no one has suffered more with the rating switch over with Nielsen than those guys. Like that's just, the Collision gets 200K. But I mean, and what does AEW actually pay people for on a per appearance deal or whatever? I don't know because I don't know.
Oh, you know what I heard? I heard it was $1,000.
Ooh.
I heard.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to be true, and I don't know who they were going to wrestle either, and if it was someone who might, be a little snug with them, or somebody green who might hurt them, because we've seen, in the women's division, they tried to have this, women's tag tournament, and they've already had to have 2 replacements, and I think there was only 8 teams in it, total. Not even like, Not even like a field of 16. Like there was 8 teams. Like there wasn't that many teams.
Yeah.
And Penelope Ford got hurt and Queen Jabalata got hurt. Like, come on. I don't know. That company, man, it's bad.
Queen Jabalaba?
Jabalata instead of
I'm
Amanat.
I'm not in favor of that name.
I'm not in favor of it either, but have you ever seen her get a win? The only time I saw her win was when Jamie Hayter and her, and then they got to pick the team to wrestle and they lost to the team that they picked. Yeah. How much more buried can you get? Like, when people say buried in the wrestling world nowadays, like, nobody knows that shit is buried. It's like Josh Alexander. That motherfucker is buried. Has he ever won? I've never seen.
Job Alexander? Yes, yeah, that's what I call him.
Absolutely. Yeah, or just like, take out the A, it's just add the big L in Alexander. That's the only letter you capitalize is
Dude, in
L.
my ratings video, his first match was against Hangman Adam Page, and I called it right then and there. I was just like, Josh Alexander is fucked. And from that point on, he was fucked. He should have beat Adam Page and had at least a maybe 2-3 week feud with the guy. Maybe Hangman can get his wins back or whatever. But man, establish these people that you bring in.
Yeah, no.
Bring the new talent in and have a non-title match against the champ. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just, but they have him chop out every time with it. And then Alexander, like anytime we just did our 7th live show this past Thursday. Speaking of, tune in at 8:45 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel at AltJakeTakesOn, for our live, Dynamite review. So that was our 7th one. So I've been watching Dynamite for 7 weeks now. Anytime you see Alexander on like a 6-man team or a tag team, you're like, oh, well, that team's losing. Like you don't have to watch the match. It's gonna go 2 segments anyway. That doesn't need to go 2 fucking segments because he's going to lose every time. It's just is what it is. And it's so obvious in that company and it's sad. And he's,
Queen Amanata, by the way.
She's talented. She's very talented, but.
Yeah, she's really good. I heard she did win. She guessed correctly the dessert and catering a few times. So.
Nice.
She was smart. She knew what the local area was. Cause I'm sure, if they're gonna local catering, they were in, New Orleans. She knew it was going to be beignets. Yeah, no,
she worked for Cisco Foods at one time.
She had it was an inside job. No, I feel bad for her cause I'm not saying she's like, Rhea Ripley or anything, but she's got more talent than a lot of the women in that company, which isn't saying much, but like she can have a competent match, but she just keeps losing. It's like anything in that company. Like I was just talking to somebody, my buddy Shoobs in England. We're talking about Ethan Page and how much better he's looked in NXT because he's not booked like shit and he's so talented and like he's been with the company since May of last year and he's gotten Trick Williams over and Ricky Saints over and, somebody else over. I can't remember. Javon Evans too. Like he's got, like that program he had with Javon Evans last year was amazing. Like it's, and what did he do he was with Dan Lambert and what were they called? That freaking MMA,
oh man.
What the hell were they called? I can't remember, but that's how memorable they were. They were terrible. Yeah. Oh god.
Oh, that's what they were called. The Unforgettable.
Yes!
That's a good movie.
Led by Tony Braxton. Oh no, it's Unbreak My Heart. Yeah. My bad. Sorry, I went to a wedding yesterday. It was, no, but they were like, it's so crazy to see how well he's been booked in NXT and how immediately over he's gotten and how he can actually work and help the people in that company. That's why George and I say like he could do fine on the main roster, but he's built to be on NXT and just help the next generation learn how to do this shit properly and not kill yourself or somebody else.
Right.
We're just, please don't die. Please don't die.
Awful. I'm curious of something. When you guys at Tooneytown sit down for 6 hours of AEW, what's going through everyone's mind when you're actually there doing it all? Well, I gotta be your mind because you're the one I'm talking to, but what's going on behind the scenes? Like, how do you do it?
I'm gonna do some guessing. So I'm guessing Marv is, transfixed to the screen with his eyes bloodshot red. Watching with the mic in his hand and maybe a knife or a gun in the other. I'm not really sure. But, he is, like me, constantly trying to find a better way to watch the the pay-per-view. And Kev, he's rarely there anyway, so, you know. But when he is, he's snoring by the end of it.
Dude, it's tough. It's tough to commit to that kind of time frame.
Yeah, my boys, I love them all.
And then your listeners always donate extra, so you gotta watch the stupid scrum afterwards.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, listen, that scrum was murderous. It was atrocious.
Which one?
The last
few, yeah, all of them. They're all god awful, right? Like just go. Yeah, no, I've noticed that the number to hit those goes up and up. Like, no, we're not, like, okay, fine. If we're doing this, everybody's clearing X amount, like, right. Which I get. No, I get that, cause, like, the show's gonna go, I mean, like every pay-per-view, they've gotta have fucking 11 matches or whatever, and they're all gonna go 25 minutes, and just, no. By the end of it, like, who has the time for the scrum? Also, too, if you were based in the East Coast and it's 2 a.m, fuck your life.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's killer. Me and Marv are both on the East Coast, and it's just like, what are we doing here? Sitting here fucking 2:15 in the goddamn morning. Oh, it's because, Regina Sharp gave $8,000 so we can watch this motherfucking thing.
See, at least I'm on
Shout out to, Regina Sharp.
I'm in the West where half the year I'm at Pacific time or Mountain time. Even that's still late for me. Like that's still, 11 or 12 o'clock. I'm beat and you guys are later.
Yeah.
No, shout out to you guys do it.
They're fun, and the thing is like nothing really happens at those scrums anymore. So the juice is not really there. Like it's not like we're going to see another, blow up like we did with CM Punk.
No, you're just going to see Tony Khan get blown by fucking, somebody who's got 300 followers on X. Yeah, no, it's terrible.
Right.
Like,
and I'd love to know who's actually in that room with all those guys. They need to really turn the camera around.
Somebody did it. It might have been I want to say it was Alfred Kunoa because that's usually the kind of stuff he does. Pretty sure it was him. Yeah, cause I'm pretty sure he submitted for, a media pass and got denied. And then but he posted a video, I think it was him, might have been somebody else, but I think it was him, of, when the person would ask the question, they would announce where they were from, and he would just put up, there's a picture of a quick screenshot of their, either their YouTube and or their X account, where cause I remember messaging George being like, if we didn't talk shit, we could have gotten on this because we have more followers than them and we've got like 315 on X or on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like we don't, like some of them it was like 67 followers and 800 videos posted. You're like, okay, I mean? Like they're not bringing anybody who's got any of a following at all.
Jake,
or anybody
George,
who will ask a question.
If you guys remember, I know in like 2024, Tony Khan was like doing nothing but those YouTube channels. In fact, I had to make a video about it. There were like 15 YouTube channels where it was just like, hey, we've got 15 new followers, bringing us up to a total of 715 followers. Like, and then Tony Khan, we've got Tony Khan. And see, here's the thing. Tony Khan would go on there. Their viewership wouldn't go up. They may pop maybe 1,000 views with Tony fucking Khan on their channel. He is not a draw himself, but yet we see this guy going from press junket to press junket, from radio show to radio show, television morning show to television morning show. He really is the face of AEW. And boy, what an ugly face.
And what an ugly face. Oh my God. And I mean, even though he's going to say literally the most words of any person you could possibly interview, he's going to say anything of importance. The only time he's ever says anything of importance is when he's on like an actual show, like when he's been on with the NFL Network or like when he was on like the financial stuff recently or whatever, where he will like say something stupid or like give something away because he's all excited because he's talking to somebody that he looks up to. But, he thinks, these channels are all going to kiss his ass and ask him softball ass questions like they do in the fight.
NFL doesn't do that shit. And if you follow any of the NFL, like I follow a lot more than people think I do. People think inside the NFL, they think he's a clown, like a joke. Like
God, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's where Nick Khan got the kid from. Like, he called him that because I'm sure he's heard other people in the NFL call him that and used that to his advantage because he knows it was funny. Like, that's,
Yeah.
yeah.
The players don't have to know it, but the bigwigs know it.
Yeah. And that's why it hit Tony even harder because Tony knows, like, he's just referred to in any circle that he's not in charge of, he's referred to as Shad's kid. Or, that Khan kid. Yeah. Like, we respect his dad because he's an inventor and he's a good businessman. And then here's his idiot son. Which, I mean, we see in sports all the time.
It's so cliche. Like, they live the cliche like your Nepo baby son's a feckless idiot.
Yeah.
You worked all these years to make a bumper. And you make billions of dollars and
off that bumper.
Idiot.
You're trying to give him stuff to do, and he's just not doing it right.
But he's 43 years old. Like, he should already have this stuff already in place. And that might be the double-edged sword when you're a billionaire's child. Like, sure, you get everything in the world, right, but your social grace, your social skills, your consideration of anything else going on in the world just flies right out the window. Do you really want to live your life that way?
I couldn't, but I'm not a billionaire, so I couldn't tell you that.
Well, and the thing is, and I mean, and I'm not trying to defend him, but in his defense on that level, he doesn't know any different. Like, that's the way his whole life has been. Like, he's always been told yes all the time and not been, been able to get what he wanted. And, you're doing great, son. Yeah, this analytics company's doing wonderful.
That analytics company is garbage.
Right. Like, nobody's, but it's great. Yeah. They're trying to give him something to do.
And I'm not really trying to make a comparison, but here's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Donald Trump Jr. Went to a rival private school that I went to, and we met him one time a year on soccer. He was a soccer player. I can't remember what fucking position he played, but you would never guess that this man was a millionaire or billionaire's son at the time. He seemed normal, if that makes any sense. He didn't seem highfalutin. He didn't seem arrogant in any sort of way. It takes a lot to how you deal with other people and how they deal with you and how you operate around other people. Now, I'm not saying that Donald Trump is better than Tony Khan, but I can definitely see a stark difference in how they were raised because Tony Khan seems like he's the type of guy who was left alone with RSPW and computer gadgets and all sorts of things, and he created this entire world. In fact, when you listen to him talk about these matches or when he ever goes on Twitter Live or these radio shows or news shows, I always imagine him go like thinking that you should be as immersed in his GM mode of professional wrestling. Like, you should already know this stuff. And if you don't, come to my computer screen right quick and I'll show it to you. Like, that's the type of vibe he gives off to me. It's very antisocial.
Oh yeah.
Very insulated, very protected.
That's how it's booked too. It's booked. If you don't know every intricate detail what's going on AEW TV, you're not paying attention, they assume you know it. Because they blipped it on the internet for 5 minutes. You should know this. We're not going to recap it here.
Well, and that's why, and Excalibur tries to, and that's why it ends up sounding like the Micro Machines guy with the mask on, just blah, 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 just shouting words, and it becomes a word salad. The thing is, it's not, we see that sometimes in sports too, where the child of the Nepo baby, where it's like, was it the Wilpons with the Mets? They had, the son was terrible, or what, what's, Mark Davis, Al Davis's kid, moving the Raiders to LA or to Vegas.
That was a smart move, dude. That was a
smart
move.
That one was, and that kind of that was like a big giant cover of all the crap that he left behind in Oakland. But, there's a lot of time where you see these Nepo babies take over from their families and they're, because they've been coddled their whole life because even if they tried to avoid them being grown up or being treated like a billionaire, they were. Some, obviously you see some people or some, celebrities or whatever where their kids don't realize that their parents are celebrity till much later or whatever because they're not trying to have them grow up to be with a silver spoon in their mouth. But when it's a billionaire like Shad, and yeah, it's just, we see what's happened with Tony. And I mean, he went to a high school that was literally a prep school for the college he was going to go to. They coddled him through college. And that's why, as George said, his analytics company is a bunch of shit. Nobody cares about it because it's never done anything. We bring on the 53rd man on the NFL rosters. Oh, great. The guy who does nothing. Awesome. Like the long snapper has a bigger and more important job, dude. Sorry, bro.
Wasn't there a scene in Moneyball, that baseball movie Moneyball, where it's just like they were kind of ragging on the data, like, what the fuck is this kid?
Revolutionary time at the time. Yeah.
No, and I mean, there are some parts of certain analytics that do make a lot of sense, but I've never heard Tony's be explained. Like, if you sit down and hear what they were looking for with Moneyball, essentially at its core, it was just, we're looking for guys who get on base, but aren't paid like the guys who they get on base like, you know, the example, the good example is the Giambis. Like Jason Giambi was famous and he gets on base, let's say at 350. Jeremy Giambi isn't as famous and he gets on base at 340, and literally it's a $10 million contract to a $1 million contract. They were trying to sign that. So at its core, it makes sense.
There was a method to the madness.
It makes sense. Yeah. When has Tony's analytics ever made a goddamn much sense? Please, somebody show me a video. I'd love to see it where it's not just the words until you're mesmerized and hypnotized, and then he just ends a sentence. You're like, wait, did he say anything? And then he takes a big drink of his
Kevin
water.
Riley was a mark that got hypnotized and mesmerized by it. He was like, that story trips me out, you know, like,
which one?
You go in there, you have a meeting with Kevin Riley, the head of TBS.
Okay,
Tony Thomas, head of TBS and TNT. And apparently they have a 90-minute meeting. And, Kevin Riley is just like so impressed with the whole thing that he's just like, no, Tony, you sit back. I'll do the announcement. This is such great shit that I can't wait to announce it. Based off one pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Like either Tony Khan has a real gift for gab, and we're like getting the George Bush version, public version of like, in public, he's a real feckless idiot, but in private, he's real savvy and smarmy and ready to go. But I don't think we see that with Tony Khan. So I'm so gobsmacked on how they got the TV deal in the first place.
Were the wheels greased? Like, I'm not making any accusations. I'm just asking questions.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I do.
I mean, it's all business.
Shad Khan's, see, here's the thing. In our world, Shad Khan doesn't ring no fucking bells. But in the big wig world, it's just like, Shad Khan, oh my goodness, hey. You
know what I mean? Like, rings a lot of bells, bro.
Exactly. Here's this guy, Tony. Hey, who? You know?
and back to what I said before. Who? Shad Khan's kid. Oh, yeah, that works. That's cool. Yeah, okay. Right? No. And we know Tony.
How's the daughter doing, by the way? Like, how's Tony Khan's sister?
I was gonna say intelligently. Yeah. Put all the attention on him.
Nope.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, we've seen Tony. We know Tony doesn't have the gift of gab because we've seen, and again, shout out to our clip of our live show number 7 where we watch his 2 live videos. In both of them, there's the person like counts him down or like he thinks it's over and it hasn't ended. So there's, as George pointed out in the first one, as they're doing the countdown, when it's like 3 at the 2, like he turns himself on. But he's not like he's normal in the point before. He's just meaner to people because he knows he can be.
I do believe Tony Khan's probably
he's such a little spoiled brat. I'm sure he throws, oh God, I wish, you know, like if the AEW mole knows he's like, if the jig is about to be up, he needs to put like a video, like a hidden camera on himself somewhere, cause I really want to see Tony's hissy fit over it. Oh, you know, just cause you know that man has to throw like, to quote his favorite person, a 5-star temper tantrum. 7 stars in the Tokyo Dome. Just the ultimate temper tantrums from Tony Khan. You know that has to happen.
And then he speaks from his diaphragm. I'm not gonna put up with this bullshit anymore.
I'm not gonna put up with this.
And he stomps his foot.
I'm not gonna put up with this fucking shit. And just that look. That's my favorite video ever. Yeah. Cause when he's looking for confirmation from a fucking, a room full of people with, 300 Twitter followers. They're like, oh, yeah, okay. And they're writing, sure. And just nobody Nobody in that room had any balls. No, that's the best.
So I'm going to change it up a little bit if you don't mind, sir.
Sure.
What can people expect from the This Is Awful show? What's it kind of about? What can we expect from it? What can people tune in to see every week? What are we getting?
Oh, man. That's a great question, George. I don't know what you're going to get. Every week it's going to be something different. Like me and this, we're just like, we like to poke fun at things. We like to just have a good time and make fun of things. And, we're not, we're not trying to become experts. We're not really trying to give you the hardcore surgical review of SmackDown or Dynamite or whatever. We're just going to give you our bullet points of what we thought of whatever it is that we might have been watching, our opinions of the news. And, just like last night, we watched, the Bash at the Great American Bash backstage footage that was done by Jimmy Garvin. We had a good time watching that. We saw that, it's whatever we find funny, whatever the audience wants us to go along with. Like, next week we're going to have the great debate about, Dave Meltzer and if he's really getting financially compensated by AEW. I believe he does. Just doesn't believe so. So we're going to have,
Dave Meltzer debate. I like it.
And I think we're going to do, like, what I'm trying to do for the show later on when, I guess wrestling gets a little bit more, exciting, is I'd like to go out on the street, but kind of like do a man on the street, and find out what people think of professional wrestling as a whole. We're getting the casual person's perspective of, what professional wrestling is. And, maybe put that on the show. We'd like to put Awful Jeopardy on the show.
There you go.
It's like it's just like a night zoo, a night podcast.
It's almost like, and with different segments, it's like flipping through late night channels. You never know what you're going to get. You're getting music videos, or you're getting reviews of old school commercials, or, a Great American Bash. Yeah. It's good stuff. No, I liked it. I enjoy it.
Did you guys see that Glow commercial, by the way?
Yes, I did.
Like, what the hell?
No, I was so confused. I didn't know. This aired somewhere. And then as I'm saying that, you said, this made it through the FCC. I'm like, thank you. What the fuck what is going on here? No, that's my wheelhouse. I've always kind of been a night owl. So like, the late night comedy, like, yes, this is good times. And but when I was on with you guys a couple weeks ago, we watched music videos or other random stuff. Like, it was just a good time. You don't know, there's no real plan. That's the best way to go about it. That's kind of how we run these Spaces shows.
We can't we can't try to fill in a lane that's already been filled, Salamonster, JD, Joe Cronin, to a degree, Phil Marks, like everybody's got a certain lane.
Yeah.
And so we just try to create our own lane. Hopefully, we're not interfering and like, trying to copycat what other podcasters are doing. We're trying definitely not to try to do that shit.
Well, I mean, that's where authenticity is the key. And like, that's what you guys do, right? You know what I mean? Like, if you guys here's the thing, if you guys are yourselves and something is similar, then it's not going to be everything because you're not copying anybody.
Right.
That's at least what I've noticed from you guys and what I enjoy. That's what I enjoy about any type of podcast or shows. Like, I'm not trying to look for people that are putting on airs or being a character or doing like a gimmick, and you see that with certain podcasters or things. And then like, if their gimmick pays, I'm not opposed to it. It's just not going to be as much for me. Authenticity is my key.
Right.
That's what you guys nail, which I appreciate.
We watched a couple podcasts. We saw the World's Worst podcast a few weeks ago. And, holy shit. Like, here's the thing. The one thing that me and Dish try not to do is, well, I can't really help it with my microphone issues, but we try not to sound like we're dead.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the podcast that we saw, that particular episode, I'm just going to mention the guy's name, Took Timbo. Some people might know him.
I know the name, and I've seen clips.
Yeah. And also another guy, Grumpy Omega. Like, these guys, they act a certain way on Twitter, but they don't feel normal on their podcast. Like they feel like they're just carbon cop. Like they feel like they're inspirations. Like if one guy's inspiration is Solid Monster, he's going to start sounding like fucking Solid Monster. Another guy's inspiration is Jay. Like they all try to become surgical and they all try to become these fucking experts in professional wrestling. And you don't have to be an expert in professional wrestling. You know what makes you an expert in wrestling? Is if you watched it long enough and you can kind of see what the joke is for all intents and purposes. Like, you know what the real is. You know the origins of how this thing came about. It was a bunch of carnies trying to just make some fucking money. And if you just know a little bit about the history of the professional wrestling industry, everything else becomes easy. You don't have to become a fucking, you know what experts do? Today's experts, they memorize things. They know what happened in 1989 and all that shit. Now, I'm not that type. This is not that type. There might be a few people that are that type. Good for them. But we're not going to give you the X's and O's of every fucking play. But we are going to, we're kind of like dudes in a bar that, comment on professional wrestling, among other things.
Now we've kind of billed you right after our show. So we're at 8:45 on Thursday, and you guys are at 11 p.m.
You guys are our lead-in, huh?
I hear this is a flux situation.
Yeah, listen, I guess I'll talk a little bit about it. I kind of wanted to talk about it on our show.
I'm sorry.
No, hell no. But it's so good, cause you guys would probably kind of relate to this. And I'll put it this way. We didn't want to step on toes.
Of course. No.
Yeah, we don't, and see, me personally, I don't mind stepping on a few toes. And that's about, because we want to experiment. We want to see if whatever the working theory is of like, hey, are we going to split the audience or take it here, or are we going to lose people if we're running against this or that? And it's just like, well, I don't know. Let's find out. That's how I am. Yeah. So this is the opposite, but we may do Saturday, we may do Thursday. It's in flux. But no matter what, whether it's from Thursday to Saturday, we still hope that, the support is still there and that we get a lot of people enjoying our content and letting us know that they enjoy it, or maybe even tell us that they don't enjoy it and tell us why. And so we can get better from there.
It's an enjoyable
show. But we love the show, dude. Like I have thank you, man. We try to be as relaxed, as human as possible. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to tell you shit that we just don't know. We'd sooner just tell you like, I don't fucking know.
That's why we don't usually talk about like the news stories, and we'll talk about something after it's happened, like once we know for sure. But like if it's a rumor, I'm like, we don't need that. And we try to do the same thing. Like we've got on the recorded episodes, we have a general idea, but and same with the live show, we've got a kind of a plan. But like for these spaces, it's like we're just gonna have a conversation, kind of see where it goes. There's no, there's no general plan, and we generally works out and have fun with it. Because again, back to the same thing, what works for you guys. It's two people who are authentic and you guys are friends, but you don't agree on everything. That'd be boring. Yeah, that'd be boring as hell if everybody just, sure, cool. Well, you know what I mean? Like,
and again,
have fun, but then also too, for me personally, I don't need to watch people screaming at each other. You can have a disagreement and still talk and have fun with it. And that's what's good about it. I don't need look, dude, I've lived a long enough life. I live around, half my family's Italian. So I've been yelled at enough. I don't need JD yelling at me all the more too. Like, hard pass. Let's just have some fun.
Yeah. I mean, I was listening to, like I told George earlier, like I was listening to the show that you guys did last week, and I loved the variety of topics that came along with the professional wrestling.
That's the plan.
Talk. And that's one thing I really, really appreciate about a lot of people's podcasts. Like, a lot of people, want to hear about your politic. A lot of people want to hear about how your day went. It's a weird thing on one hand, but it's also like pretty cool that people, kind of want to know your opinion. And maybe, we got 52 people last night. I know podcasters who get like thousands. We're not interested in that. The 52 people that we have are little band of sickos. We want to cultivate that audience. We want to make it grow by putting out better content each and every week. And I think that's the only way that you're going to be able to grow an audience. I mean, that's how I grew my Twitter following. It's just like, I don't know whether I have 49 people or 14,000 people. I'm still going to put out the content that's going to make me laugh. And, you know, it may hit, it may miss, but it's genuine.
I tell you that.
Absolutely. No, and that's kind of what we try to do is like, when we're going to talk about a show, like, we're going to talk about parts of it, but if something else comes up and, hey, I'm going to go on a tangent here. Awesome. Let's take a left. Like, where are we going to go with it? Cause it's more fun that way. Yeah. And you get better content out of it. And like, it's more of a real conversation. And then we can bring it back to wrestling too, if it works out with it. And then, it's kind of like, you were saying too, how you didn't want to change from whether it was 40 followers or 40,000 followers. It's just like when somebody's a good heel and they turn them babyface, but then they become like this super good guy and they're not the same person. It's got to be like doing the same shit they were doing as a heel, just now to the heels that they were, you know what I mean? It's more of a genuine change that way. Yeah. Otherwise, you're just like, who cares? It's now you've gone soft and you're not doing anything that we liked before. Right. And that's where, same idea.
Yeah. Hey, so. And along with Toonie Talk Wrestling, I love the fact that, for on that show, I love being clever, trying to get my digs in or joke in and being clever. I love the intelligence of Toonie Talk Wrestling, whereas I love the chaoticness of, this is awful.
Two sides of the same coin. I like it.
So before we get ready to wrap up, I will tell you that, today I got an email from YouTube TV telling me they are sorry that ESPN has not yet made a deal. I got a $20 credit today.
Oh wow.
So,
oh nice.
So they want you on their side.
Hey George, let me hold 20.
That's YouTube is currying favor. That is awesome.
Got to get it. They were meeting yesterday during the day. Tomorrow's Monday Night Football again. Yeah. We're going to have, let's go.
Yeah, no, and it's ESPN, like, and I mean, YouTube and ESPN are two massive companies and they're battling. That's some dirty shit. Giving $20. I like it. Nah, you gotta love it. That's
a refund.
And I mean, that's what those deals that businesses make. Like, no, instead of taking off, $5 million or whatever from our bid, we're going to spend out $20 to everybody. It'll cost us $2 million. Fuck you, ESPN. I like it. It's dirty.
I made money this month. I got a full credit from Amazon for Wrestle Dream.
I heard about that. I
got $40, whatever, $50, whatever it was. I got that back and I got 20.
Oh, they refunded people, huh?
I got it all back.
Well, and I heard it was like,
good for you, George.
They did like an initial like partial refund, and then they realized that like, and they went back and refunded everything.
I got the same thing that Brian last had.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
I got a $15 credit, and I still had access to the show. And then a day later, I got a full credit, so I made $15.
That's awesome. That's great. Hey, I mean,
you think Tony Khan had to dig into his petty cash for that?
Yeah, I would like to see. Now that's the stuff where there's going to be, whenever we finally get like that season of Dark Side of the Ring, that's Dark Side of the AEW, I am sold. Cause shit like that, I want to know what happened. Or like with any of their other technical gaffes or the dumb shit they've had happen. Where there was like, what was it, the sound of a basketball game over Dynamite one time? Like just all of that shit that shouldn't happen to a company that's, trying to be real. Fuck's sake.
We may not get those stories. Tony Khan may treat the end of AEW like the ending of Goodfellas, like motherfuckers showing up in
like
freezers.
It's like the Godfather baptism scene. Just no, except for nobody's getting whacked. They're all signing fucking $1 million NDAs. Like, all right, well,
NDAs.
I mean, I wouldn't get his
sitting on the steps, all old and decrepit, with his hands in his head. Oh.
My NDAs. Oh, Jesus.
Well, Awful, do you want to, as we get ready to wrap up, do you want to go through where people can find you every week? Now we've pretty much told everyone where we can find you. But
you guys know where you can find me.
For the people listening outside.
Underneath the bridge.
I've got your name tagged in the description. So they can click that if they get you there, and you put it, everything's on your homepage. But Awful Wrestling, there's the YouTube page, the X account, and then Toonie Talk Wrestling every Tuesday too. You can't forget. Will you guys go at 8 o'clock Eastern? Yeah.
Yes. 8 Eastern, 7 Central.
Nice, yeah. And then thank
you for joining us during the storm, dude. I appreciate it. I can hear the rain in the background.
Yeah, no problem. I'm surprised you guys didn't hear the crackling of.
There was I was gonna say there was, but
okay.
It wasn't much. There was like 2 or 3 times where I could hear it, and then I was like, "Is he gonna?" No, he's fine. I thought maybe like it might cut you out, or you never know. That was good. We made it through the technical issues. Everything's good. So. Then for us, we are at AltJakeTakesOn pretty much on all platforms, with YouTube, Spotify, Apple. We've set up our social media accounts. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I was able to get the entire back catalog on there. So every episode we've done of, recorded episodes, spaces, live shows. So come on and check us out. And thanks for everybody for listening and hanging out. Awful. Thanks. That was so much fun, buddy. You're the first time third guest. So that's pretty cool. We appreciate it. Yeah.
Nice. 3-time champion.
We appreciate you, buddy. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Thanks,
Peace.
Awful.
Peace.